You're making such a big mistake because people go through the garbage. They even go through the garbage, get the little pieces that have been shredded and put it back together in an attempt to steal your identity because it has become such a big business and it is so lucrative. This is the way you are going to protect yourself. This one is brand new. Embassy makes 1 in 4 shredders. 1 in 4, 25% of all shredders out in the marketplace are Embassy. But if you've ever tried some of the other shredders, you know you do not want to cheap out on it because they will break, they take forever, they overheat. I'm telling you, Embassy's quality is legend. We absolutely love mine at my house. My mom has one, I have one. It's the only brand I would ever consider buying again. And you can shred your staples, your credit cards. You can do 10 sheets at a time with this one, okay? They've got a brand new ergonomic design that's sloped that really is going to give you not only this very small footprint, it's got a little drawer right here so you can take that out and empty it. And then we're gonna include for you some great software, and the software value, this is safety software that is worth $130 value that's really going to even add to your security. Ransomware Defender, Smart Privacy Cleaner, Hacker Up, and also hard disk is included. So let me go through the colors. This has been our bestseller, which is that beautiful, it's a black and white marble that you're looking at right here. And then you just order it as marble. Down in front, Paisley, one of our other bestsellers. I mean, that's just fun. How can security be that good looking, right? So you've got the Paisley, you have the red, here's the forest green, which is beautiful. Silver, purple, we have rose gold, and then we also have it in navy blue and then a black as well. Bill Duggan brings us almost all of our shredders because I'm not sure we've ever carried a brand besides Embassy because we so believe in the quality of this product and the fact that it looks pretty good in my office.
And it comes down to that performance because a lot of us get, annoyed with shredding because it becomes a task and a chore. So then all of a sudden we all have that huge stack of paper that just gets bigger and bigger. So what you're seeing here is Embassy. It's one of our best footprints in terms of size. It fits everywhere. Has this nice large peekaboo window so you see when it gets filled up. You see that micro cut, but as Alice was pointing out, it has this nice sloped front. And why is that important? Instead of having to feed everything up way in the back when it's buried behind a desk, it's right there in the front, within reach. So when you do get the junk mail and all that, you just go right over there, put it in there, and you just feed it. And the more you use it, that's why the color really matters too, because maybe you want to leave it out because all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't need this anymore, so you just shred it, but you're not burying the shredder in the home office, and that's because if it's out, you're going to use it. Because 1 in 7 of us fall victim to identity theft. Can you see the illumination that's in there? There's even a light inside our pull-out bin, which is great, so you can see what happens, because you don't take the lid off anymore, as Alice also said. You can take out the drawer, and then you have this nice, small, fine micro cut. We're going to show you the light real quick, because not every shredder out there in the marketplace even offers this.
Mine doesn't have that.
No,
they have light envy.
And the thing is, it pops. And why is that important? I have to get rid of this legal contract. I have to get rid of this medical document. And look what happens. It just goes right in there. You have that extra illumination, that extra bit of satisfaction of knowing your identity is shredded. And not shredded with dated shred. Because, I mean, how many of us, we know this shred? It's been around since the 70s. It's 40 years old. And if you're trusting your identity to this, this is where you want to upgrade. You want to upgrade to make it easier on yourself. You want to upgrade to make sure that you're protected with a finer shred. I mean, I'll just pull out a little bit of this. What would you rather? A fine shred or this 40-year-old shred? And that's why the Federal
No comparison there.
Right, it's plain and simple to the naked eye. But that's why the Federal Trade Commission has warned us we need to shred our documents. Do you know one of the #1 complaints they get is about identity theft? And the most prevalent time is right now during tax season. But they say, we gotta guard a social security number, and then we have to shred charge receipts, shred credit applications, and other sensitive documents. And that other, it's gonna be different for every household, every room in your house, because you know why? It comes down to every individual has a different other out there. For the student, it's school papers. It's for the parents, it's, school papers and mortgages and all that. For the older community, it's medical records and all that. So guess what? We hold on to what we need, but then that clutter can all of a sudden get destroyed and get destroyed properly and right in front of our eyes. And Alice, you were talking about before, it's 10 sheets, but also has the power to go through multiple pages at once, staples, credit cards, there's paper clips in here, can go through the credit cards that we get, because you know, it's the credit card offers, but it's the gym membership, it's that the grocery store card, it all have that information. I love it for other things. Okay, this is an envelope, it could be cardboard, and guess what? If my identity was on there, I can just shred it. And you see, you get that performance.
I've never seen you do that before.
Right? Because the Embassy is offering us...
That's almost like little bubble wrap on there.
Embassy is offering us more opportunity and potential than ever before. Here's an unopened envelope with that pre-filled out application. Guess what? I'm not even gonna read it. I'm not even gonna open it up. Does it slow down? Does it jam? Nope. So all of a sudden, my identity is Microcut. And that's the real peace of mind. And you said it too. Did you wake up Sunday morning thinking I need a new shredder?
Oh boy.
No, but do you have that?
Oh boy, I get to buy a new shredder this morning. But do you know, this has become one of our top sellers ever.
Huge customer pick.
Ever, and huge customer pick. Because I think once you get it home, part of it is just getting rid of the clutter.
Yes.
Getting rid of that clutter, it makes all the difference in the world. It almost feels like I lost weight because my office, I get my office back. The other great part about this is you don't have to keep buying it over and over. I've had my shredder for years that I bought here. And let me tell you what, I had bought other shredders. I was replacing them every few months. I had one that actually cracked. You had to lift the top off, those teeth were exposed and made the biggest darn mess. And now it looks so good. I actually moved it in my bedroom because I've been working on my taxes and I just sit on my bed and do it.
Perfect.
So I rolled it right in there. I'm just sitting on my bed, shredding here, putting this in for my accountant. It just makes sense. You're gonna like it for so many reasons. And I know it sounds stupid. It sounds stupid to be excited about a shredder. But you will get it once you get home and you start using it. And the other great part about this is when you can put in those envelopes. Yeah, no, I mean, the ones that are full.
Oh, right.
That you don't even open up, right? You know, you're not interested, but it's got like a credit card or something in there. Well, the whole thing goes in. I was having to take them out.
They do that on purpose now.
One piece at a time.
They know.
Take the staple out. Now it all goes through it. I've never seen paper clips go through.
We have some full ones out here. They know that we have to open up the envelope, get out the return address envelope, get out the advertisement. Sometimes they have the fake credit card. Or you know what? When you have a powerful shredder, just walk right up to it. Remember, it's more ergonomically correct with that front-facing slope. So I just, within reach, boom, get rid of that credit card offer because that's just it. This credit card offer has my identity on it because it has my name, my address. You don't want to just crumple it up and run the risk. Because when we're telling you, when we launched Embassy here, the statistic that we were legally approved to say was 1 in 10 of us were victims of identity theft. Since we've been running these, it's 1 in 7 now. It's on the rise, because you think about it.
Well, our identity's a 30% increase.
Yeah, our identity's on the printed page, but it's also more out there virtually. That's why this bundle is really great, because this software also protects your hard drive, cleans up your hard drive, and also has a bit of, it's not software, but it's an ebook on how to help manage your identity on social media. It says Hacker Up. I mean, how timely is that? Have you ever been logging into, Facebook and like, give us your phone number to help prove your identity? That's more of your identity that's out there. So yes, it's about protecting your identity, so you're not the 1 in 7. And by the way, tax season, January, February, March, April, 49% of all identity theft, half happens in the right now. And so that's because, we're getting stuff in the mail from our employers and all that. We're sending stuff back out to our accountant.
And a lot of that stuff has your social security number all over it.
Doesn't change.
Yeah.
And that's why this is good for the parents, but it's good for the kids, it's good for the seniors. And also because we're going through those old taxes. And then guess what? It's like, oh wait, I don't need this anymore. I can't throw this stuff away because my account numbers haven't changed, social security number hasn't changed. But as you were saying, take it in front of the television, take it to your room if you'd like, start to shred. I'm getting rid of stuff. And that's where it gets addicting. And that's where you get that, instant gratification.
You know what I'd love for you to do? I'd love for you to walk to our little office. Okay, we have a little office set up.
I'll go over there, no problem.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk with you because I love the way, I was actually watching this presentation with Brett Checkerman yesterday. And this is one of the things I love so much about it, is you look at this, it really elevates the look of the office. I think it's so good looking. I just have the white one, but it's a sleek, pretty finished look, and it blends beautifully.
And that's mainly because you're shopping at HSN. Because anywhere else you might find Microcut, you won't see the performance. It'll be just in black. Remember, it's ergonomically designed.
Oh, you might find like a gray.
Maybe, or
black
silver.
Or gray, or possibly a silver, but that's it. And I'm telling you, if you're thinking you're gonna save 10 or 20 bucks on it, if you're thinking about that, don't do it. I bought them over and over and over again. They overheat so fast. I could shred about like 20 things, and then it overheated. It was like the biggest, it was just really a hassle.
And
this makes sense.
I like to do, because our home offices get smaller, even the dorm room, I'll leave the drawer open, so now that's my waste bin. So, you know, I need to get rid of a wrapper or something, I can just throw it away. But guess what? When I need to shred, I just close that drawer, and then I'm back to protecting my identity. And with that sloped front, remember, I'm not having to dig all the way in the back and go underneath the drawer. I can wheel it forward, it's right within reach, and before you know it, the clutter, that pile that was on my desk, on the kitchen island, or, you know, just even cluttering up a drawer, I don't have to worry about it. And that mess, normally, remember how we have to take off the lid and then it's like, get out the vacuum? You just take out this 3.5 gallon drawer, take this out to the trash.
And we're actually including a lubricant sheet, and we're including a waist liner. So I would recommend, if you want to pick up the extra lubricant sheets, because I find I use my shredder so much that you might want to grab those, okay? But I mean, I don't use the little bags for it, but sometimes it's easier. So that's up to you. We'll give you one to try anyway.
Look at my desk.
I know
all the clutter's gone, and that's what you probably want to do today.
The wheels on these things. Look at that. The wheels that they put on it. You know, I always talk about origami wheels because they're so good and the quality. This one too, you can just wheel it all through your house, which I do. I move it to whatever room I want to be in. Sometimes I watch TV and I shred.
Sure. And the thing is, you're multitasking, which is great. We're gonna go back over here because I also want to remind you, like my mom, we got one for my mom, and part of it was because for years, sitting in the back of the garage were boxes of estate documents from when my grandmother had passed away. My mom knew she couldn't just throw it away. She was waiting for that one day at the bank or one day at the school where she could load up all those boxes. And I'm like, you know what? I got my mom an Embassy. And we always have Embassy here because you guys do love them. Look at the reviews. But this is truly
I think they're
the smallest footprint.
I do. I think they're all customer fit.
They are.
And who takes the time, the time to raise something like a shredder, okay? It's really got to make a difference in your life if you take that kind of time, and they rave about these shredders. But you were saying that...
well, I got her a shredder, so she could do it in front of the television, or she could even take it out to the garage where the boxes were, get the instant gratification, know that this tax document or whatever was in there, it's not going to just be sitting around, but gets destroyed. And I got to tell you, this shred is so small, you can see the light even and everything. That shred is so small, you could use this for packing material. That stuff, I'm gonna remind you, if you have a shredder and you know, put it off because that stack gets so big, or you know, the stuff that's in storage, I can't get to it, and you're shredding with something from the 70s, you're trusting your credit score, your identity, and I gotta tell you, a lot of us don't realize we were that victim of identity theft until it's too late, until we try to apply for something. And look at this, a handful of strip cut from the 70s, easily put back together. 30-piece puzzle.
And you know, people, I always think, oh no, everybody's using the Microcut. And I was at a friend's house not too long ago, and she was using the strip cut. I'm like, don't do that.
Because
you're kind of wasting your time, because if they want to put that back together, they can. I am getting an update that your green, this pretty forest green, is your most limited at this point. Is the marble selling the fastest though, Rob? Actually, you guys are just loving the black. It's got a pretty finish to it, so the black is available. Let me go through the colors while we're talking about that. Rose gold blue, we have the purple, we have the silver, the red. Again, green, most limited. That paisley is super fun. I mean, it really is. And then you've got your marble up here. You're not gonna see designer looks out in the stores. You're not gonna get the extra safety software.